And welcome to TruBlu Politics Podcast, our daily
No, no,
show
no.
for May 1st,
Okay.
2026. Welcome. Hey, Anita.
Welcome. Happy May Day, I suppose. Isn't that what that is? May Day? May
It's
Day?
May Day. Yep, it is May Day. Today there's a general strike that people are participating in. No shopping, no working, no going to school. So it'll be interesting to see what um, comes of, how it turns out. There was a um, protest earlier in Forest Park that I was planning on going to, but then life events got in the way, and I'm a little under the weather too. I'll be
You
honest.
sound
So
it. You sound
yeah,
down.
yeah,
You know,
not feeling great, and just compiled with all this other garbage that's going on. Yeah, it's jolting to be sure.
mm, yeah, I try to stay more upbeat if I can. I mean, honestly, that you're right. This stuff is easy to overwhelm you or overwhelm me, but I just, we can't let it stop us. We can get away from it for a while, just to kind of get some um rest from it, but we just have to keep moving on.
There's no choice. I mean, I think that, it is important, feel what you're going to feel. I mean, I'm definitely feeling what I need to feel. Um, but, I listen to people from the Congressional Black Caucus. I listened to our friends Francis Collier and Angela V. Shelton. They were on with Stephanie Miller earlier, and just listening, to them as well. I mean, they understand
But I bet they
the
didn't sound like, oh,
seriousness.
this is so
Well,
terrible. We can never do
Well,
anything
no,
about
this
it.
is well, they're pissed. I mean, they're
Yeah, they're
pissed.
pissed. Yeah.
And I'm pissed, and but it's like we're, and I mean, I guess, the thing of it is it's like we have to be allow ourselves some grace to feel it, you know. That's not that we wallow in it and then shirk away from the fight ahead and what we need to do. But, it is something that like I think everybody should process, and feel, and then we're moving on with what's ahead. And that is getting everybody that we know out to vote in the midterms. And that means having a plan, vote early, make sure
Yeah.
you're registered to vote, you know, keep checking your voter registration. It's
Yeah.
just that's all we can do. I mean, and Angela, I'll just say this. Angela Shelton, she was saying, she goes, I don't know if the vote's going to get us out of this. I mean,
Well,
she's speaking.
okay. All right.
And
No,
but this is the thing. I mean, Anita, I'm just saying that people aren't all just like, I mean, everybody's pissed
I
and
get that.
everybody's processing it in their own way. And when, and I have to listen, I mean, I think that we do need to listen to some of the concerns and some of the realities. I mean, there are some people that are not so optimistic. The author of 1619, not so optimistic. One of our friends, David Hoff, went to see her speak, and he's not real optimistic. So,
Well, let's just stop. Let's just stop doing anything then.
well, no, that's not it. That's not
Well,
it. But I mean, the fact of the matter is,
well,
point being,
telling me
people,
about all these people that aren't optimistic is not helping the situation.
people are gonna feel what they're gonna feel, and that's all I'm
All
saying.
I'm saying is, look at the hill that they had to climb in Hungary. It was a very steep. He controlled 80% of the media. Okay. It was a rigged game. He was
Hmm.
there for 16 years, 19 years, and they
Right.
still overcame it. Overwhelmingly overcame it. So we can overcome this.
Yes,
We just have to mobilize.
I believe that too. All I'm saying is that there are people that are freaked out about
I know,
this.
and it's easy to get to fall into that immediately after something like this happens because it just feels like such a blow. I felt like this after Roe v. Wade was overturned.
Hmm.
And I felt the same thing when the Louisiana case happened but I was expecting it both times, honestly, because I mean, the people that did not vote or voted for Trump, our third party, are to blame for this. And all I do, you know what? I just get angrier and angrier
Yep.
because they dismissed our concerns,
Yep.
our warnings.
Hmm.
And I just knew this was going to happen. They were going
Yes.
to do this. What did we expect? We
Yeah. So
expected them
all
to
of the
uphold
both
voting rights?
sides, yeah, the both sides bullshit by the media.
Yeah.
Calm down. It's not going to be that bad. You
Yeah,
know,
he was fine. The first term, he didn't do
sure, he
anything
didn't do
that bad.
anything. Yeah.
Well, yeah, we were trying to say, yeah, because he didn't surround himself with the kind of sycophants he's going to surround himself on this in the second term, and that's exactly what happened.
Hmm.
Exactly what happened. Go. There's a. This was in July 2021. The Guardian, um, put out this article after Trump had lost in 2020 about how Russia they met in the Kremlin with Putin and a bunch of other Russian officials in their plan to help Donald Trump get elected. And
Hmm.
they knew exactly what would happen if Donald Trump got elected, what it would
Yep.
do to this country.
Yep.
And you should read this article in the Guardian from
Yeah.
July 2021. And it
Hmm.
is just shocking how prescient they were. It's scary that they knew exactly how to get to us,
Yep. Yeah.
and and it just makes me angry. It's just angrier and angrier at these people who
Well,
just and we had this out there. Where was the rest of the media?
right. Where was the rest of the media? And they're still failing. They're still
Yeah,
failing. They're
Russia,
not
Russia, Russia, right?
right. Right.
And they
Yep.
pretend
So,
that
I
oh,
mean,
that's all done. And you know what? You guys you already hashed that out. Come on.
hmm, right. Yeah. And, so we have, of course, really strong Democrats that are uh, taking part in these hearings. And we were talking, the other day about the Pete Hegseth appearance before the House of Representatives.
Benny,
And one of,
go ahead.
yeah, and one of the stars, of course, was, or I'm sorry, Senator
Yeah,
in the Senate.
yesterday he appeared
Sorry.
before the Senate. The
Yeah,
day
and
before
sorry, in
that,
the Senate.
yeah,
So Senator Slotkin.
Alyssa
Um,
Slotkin. Yeah.
yeah, she is. She's is one of my favorites in the Senate right now.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And so yeah, she understands the assignment, and she's not afraid. She's not shirking away.
Mm-mm.
And of course, she's also one of the individuals that Donald Trump, they tried to, weaponize the DOJ to go after she and some of her colleagues for saying that you do not have to obey an illegal order if you're in the military.
Yeah, kind of funny since now they've had all kinds of illegal orders given to them,
Mm-hmm.
and
Ex
yeah, and they went after him, and not one grand juror would indict them.
Yep, exactly. So I'm going to play this clip, Anita, and then we can talk on the other side of it.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay, hold on. I just have to cue it up here.
We've never had to do that. So, Secretary Hegseth, if the president, who regrets not signing that executive order to the then SecDef in 2020, asks you to seize ballots or voting machines in states during the 2026 election, will you stand up for the Constitution and say no, or will you salute and do his bidding?
Senator, I didn't get a chance to answer the front part of your question, which, there was a lot of deferred maintenance under the Biden administration that needed to be addressed because the world was in chaos when President Trump was elected because of,
please.
well, again, that's
the most important thing. It's what's happening.
It's yet another gotcha hypothetical, which is your specialty.
It's not. We had an executive order
under the Biden administration in 2024.
It's not a hypothetical. I refuse to accept. You give that answer all the time. You and I have done this dance before. Get over it, okay? In 2020, he's the president, your boss, the guy you're performing for right now, told the journalists this year that he wished he signed that executive order to your predecessor. And your predecessor said publicly, thank God, we didn't actually go forward with it. What are you going to do? You're the guy here in the seat. It's not hypothetical. Tell the American people, will you deploy the uniformed military to our polls to collect voter rolls or machines?
Are you accusing me of performing? Because you're performing for cable news right now.
Dude,
But
just
Mr.
answer the
Secretary,
question.
we have
It's a hypothetical. By the way, in 2024, under the Biden administration, 15 states did deploy
Under
troops to
their
polling
governor's
stations.
authority, when their governors asked
What
for
did
it.
Joe Biden say about
That's
that?
fundamentally, I don't think anything, because he needed them for cybersecurity and for COVID. Trump did it too, under Trump. But it was not the federal decision. It was those governors of the states under their authorities, okay? It's never been done in our history. Please stand up for the Constitution.
Geez, she's begging him to stand up.
Military
I
to
love the
our
way she
polls.
goes, huh?
Do you have a response?
Yeah.
No, she says, dude. I mean, this is his answer that he always says. That's a gotcha question. If they ask him anything, it's a gotcha question.
Right.
You know, I mean, she's just asking him. She's asking him to stand up for the Constitution. She's basically begging him. The former Secretary of Defense did stand up for the Constitution and refused to do do the kind of illegal things he wanted him to do. Donald Trump wanted him to do. That's how we knew that Donald Trump was going to do all kinds of illegal shit this time, because he wasn't going to surround himself with secretaries of defense that were going to stop him from doing that.
Yeah.
We know that.
We know that. We all saw this coming. And, the fact of the matter is, Pete Hegseth, all she's telling you, she's reminding you of what that video was all about. You do not have to obey an illegal order that goes against the Constitution. That's what she's saying. That's what that meant. But of course, this administration is is using the DOJ. See, they projected onto President Biden that investigations that he never weighed in on, prosecutions that he never weighed in on, ever, not ever, that he was the guy. He was the guy that was
pulling the strings,
pulling the strings and weaponizing the DOJ. I don't ever recall a night or a morning when I woke up and there were like a dozen tweets from Joe Biden.
Because there wasn't even any tweets. The only tweets that Joe Biden put out was like announcing something that he had accomplished or something like that.
Right.
Or it was a holiday or somebody died, like Obama. Right. You know, but every day, I mean, there was a tweet, and you'll read it later, that Donald Trump put out. He posted on his, Truth Garbage site. That is just astonishing. And Pete
and this is not normal. For people that don't know this, this is not normal. None of this is normal.
It's normal in places like Russia, I suppose.
Yeah, sure.
Or places like it used to be normal in Hungary, but they overcame it, thank God.
Right.
But she's I don't know what else she could do, but she's preaching to deaf ears.
Sure. But it's important for her to say those things.
That's right. It's important for her to say it for the record. And because she needs to she has to say it. What is she going to do? Not ask him anything?
Right.
Not confront him with these things?
Yeah.
It's important to confront them.
Yes.
It's not, these people, they have no integrity, no allegiance to the Constitution of this country.
No.
Which is funny because they call themselves the biggest patriots, but they're exactly the opposite. It's all formative.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So.
Yeah.
Well, what do they say? Fascism will come to America, waving a flag and
wrapped in a flag, carrying a Bible.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. That's exactly what's happening, because Pete Hegseth calls himself this giant Christian, and is always talking about holy war.
Yeah, this war is a holy war.
Holy war. Yeah.
What are you talking about, you lunatic?
They asked him about that, about I forget. Somebody asked him about, what about other religions? Do you have because he was trying to, talk about how he doesn't like to don't question my Christianity. And do you question other people's religions?
Mm-hmm.
Do you defame because he does? We know that because he's disparaged Muslims.
Yeah. Well, there's this post that you shared with me by Representative Mike Levin.
Mm-hmm.
On Twitter. And if you want, I can read that.
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. So Washington Republicans spent 2 months telling you the president had 60 days before Congress needed to weigh in on the Iran war. Today is that deadline. And now that it's here, Pete Hegseth walked into the United States Senate and invented a bogus legal argument because the real law offers him nothing. He's claiming the ceasefire paused the clock on congressional authorization. Here's why that's complete BS. This argument has never been made by any administration of either party in the 50 years since this law was written. It has no precedent because it has no basis. More importantly, Trump never had 60 days to wage this war without Congress in the first place. That's not what the Constitution says. It's certainly not what the War Powers Act says, and it's not backed by any serious reading of the law. The War Powers Act does not give the president 60 days to start a war on his own. It allows limited action without Congress only if the United States is under attack. Perhaps Secretary Hegseth needs a reminder here that we bombed Iran first, not the other way around. Republicans who spent 2 months hiding behind the 60-day clock were wrong on the law and used it to avoid calling out an illegal war. Hegseth is just looking for a way out and just made it worse by building a new lie on top of an old one. A law you don't want to follow is still a law, and no amount of creative testimony from Pete Hegseth changes that.
This is what they do. I mean, they break the law and then justify it with some bogus explanation. Mm-hmm. But I don't know. They get away with it. What are we doing? I mean, what can we do?
Right.
What is this? If we don't have Republicans won't do anything. That is the problem here.
Yep.
Because once Democrats are control, if you want to stop this war, then you have to vote Democrat.
Yeah.
Because the Republicans are not doing. They vote on this. Adam Smith has and I think it's for the 7 times has tried to pass a war powers or to stop the war in Iran with using the War Powers Act. Mm-hmm. And Republicans have all voted against it. Everybody but Rand Paul.
Yeah.
And Thomas Massey in the House.
Yeah.
These guys, I mean, they never learn. They never learn. They don't.
No.
I don't know. Maybe because this is really what they want.
Yep. Yeah. And it's not popular.
It's not popular, but they don't care. Everybody that tries to say, "Oh, well, Republicans, they move to the center, and they'll move to they'll pander to the right during the primaries, but then they'll move to this." No, they do not. They do not care what the American people think, because what they do is they use voter suppression or other gerrymandering or whatever to stay in power.
Yeah.
And in the South, in a lot of these states, like in Texas where I live, it works. They continue to stay in power.
Yeah. Yep. Well, so polling has come out. So Aaron Blake on Twitter says 61% of Americans say the war in Iran is a mistake, per new WAPO ABC poll. In Iraq, it took more than 3 years to reach that high. In Vietnam, it took 6 years. 6 in 10 say military action against Iran was a mistake.
Yeah, that's exactly what I'm talking about. They know this war is unpopular, but they refuse to stop it.
Yep.
So it doesn't matter what the American people think or what the American people want.
No.
I mean, look at guns, okay? The vast majority, like 80-90%, want stricter gun laws.
Yeah, I think it's over 90. Yeah, I think it's 90-95%.
And we can't get it done because Republicans refuse to do anything. They don't care. Right. What about abortion? The majority, 70% of Americans are pro-choice.
Right.
And yet, here we are.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, it doesn't matter to them.
Yeah, Richard Chu played this, talking about the voting rights, this decision by the Supreme Court. Mm-hmm. And he played this clip, and I have to find it. But it, something that struck me that she said was, this is less about race, and we need to start understanding, that for white Americans, they need to understand that this impacts them as well,
Yeah,
this
it's about
decision.
power.
Right. And the thing of it is, it's less, it's less really about race. It's more to do with power, the people
How
in
do you vote?
power and and all of us. And that's really the way we need to start speaking about this. It's not, it is never, in their minds, it has really never just been about race. It's power. It's who gets to, have all the cookies, who gets to have all the say.
And the reason why is because they know that majority Black districts vote for Democrats. The majority
Right.
of African
They're our
Black
base.
Americans
They're the
vote. They're
base.
our base. So that's why they don't
Hmm.
care about in the Supreme Court. I mean, they have said, you can do partisan gerrymandering, right?
Hmm.
They had said that before. So they just look at this as more partisan gerrymandering.
Yeah. Yeah. And yeah. And the thing of it is, it's like there's, the people that are not in power, they divide us then, into two different groups. One is the group that they can manipulate with racism and fear.
Mm-hmm.
Right. And then the rest of us who understand what they're doing, and why they're doing it.
And the thing about it is a demographic shift where before, you know, there wasn't this kind of I mean when Republicans would still support like voting rights and stuff like that, or at least they would, performatively support it,
Mhm.
like vote to continue it. They weren't really that worried about it because the country was 80% white still,
Mhm.
right?
Mhm.
Now, this total freak out is all about these demographic shifts. They know white people are going to be the minority in probably 30 years,
Right.
right? Isn't that what they say? Like 30 years? I don't remember when by the.
Yeah, I can't remember exactly when, but yeah. Yeah, I mean it's soon, soon.
Yeah, and they know
Mhm.
it. So they're trying to do everything they can to stay in power, to hold on to power.
And they're going to hold on to power by, infringing on everybody's and our right to vote, and also on our right to free speech. And
Mm,
so, of course, also this week, with Jimmy Kimmel again, Donald Trump going after Jimmy Kimmel and James Comey, anybody that um,
opposes
expresses
him.
themselves, yeah, opposes them. I did want to there's this FCC chair, Brendan Carr.
Yeah, I
Uh,
sent you that because I wanted
yeah,
to play that because then juxtapose that to what Donald Trump says.
right. And, so I do want to bring up, and I don't know if you want me to play, there's this video. Well, I'm not going to I don't think I'll play the video, but anyway, what happened? So, I think that a lot of our audience members, they know who Minocqua Brewing is. They're
Well,
a company up in northern Wisconsin who have this really great brewery, and they have been speaking out and openly critical of the Trump administration, both in the first term and then just continuing on through. And so they actually are good friends with our friend Patty Vasquez, and so
mm,
they bought it. The owner of Minocqua, um, Kurt. I'm trying to think of his last name. Anyway, he was on, and apparently, um, I don't know if a bunch of MAGA called in tips to the FBI that he had made a threat somewhere.
oh please.
Yeah, but they felt they felt strongly enough and took it seriously enough to put out apparently they were contacted by the Secret Service and the FBI, and the owner posted this. This is 20 hours ago, so a couple days ago. And
He got the FBI came and saw him and interviewed him, right? Secret Service.
yep. So here it is.
Okay.
So owner Kirk here, the Secret Service and FBI have contacted me. I'm speaking with them with my lawyer, Fred, in less than an hour at Minocqua Tap Room. I encourage supporters to come if you can to make sure they don't do anything to me. If you don't hear from our socials tonight, something is wrong. I am of sound mind and body and am in no way thinking of harming myself. If you don't hear back from me tonight, don't believe a thing you hear from the federal government about what happened to me. I've directed my team to start communicating through these or other channels. If I'm imprisoned, listen to my team, who will identify themselves as such instead of the federal government. If you want to be updated honestly about my status, hopefully these agents are just as over this insanity as the rest of the country, but it's worth taking precautions because they are still part of the Trump regime. Hoping to chat with you on the other side of this soon to tell you what happened, Kirk. So they live streamed when these agents came in.
Did they post it?
They posted it.
And
it's kind of long.
well, don't play the whole thing.
No,
then.
I'm not going to play. Yeah, I'm not going to play the whole thing. But basically, they came in, asked him a few questions, and his attorney was there, and they left. But then apparently later on, so this is 14 hours ago, he made another video.
They came back.
And that here, let's see if I can.
Did they come back?
Here, let me play just the first part of this real quick.
Hey folks, how you doing? Kirk Bankstead here at my cabin. You can see the wood paneling on the back, North Woods. I'm home, safe and sound. I promised I'd let everybody know. I wrote a pretty alarming post on Facebook around 5:30 or so because I really didn't know what was going to happen tonight. The Secret Service and the FBI showed up to my tap room while I was working. Luckily, I had talked to friends earlier, and they said don't talk to those guys without a lawyer present. So they came earlier, and I was like, sorry guys, you look like you could be nice guys, but you can't trust federal agents who act nice because they could be acting nice to get you to say something that is somehow grounds for them to take you in. And that's what somebody I talked to earlier said. So I told them when they came the first time, and it was just me by myself, I said, sorry guys, I cannot talk to you without my lawyer present. So they were polite. It looks like they were junior agents. Probably they were junior agents because this is all a farce. And not a single member of the FBI or Secret Service probably wants to interview a brewery owner from, Bumble F, northern Wisconsin. But somebody on high told them they had to. So, but I was worried enough when they showed up, and I called Fred, and I knew I had about an hour before they came back and my lawyer came back. I knew I had about an hour, and so I did a few things. I called a bunch of folks at my company, and I said, listen, if you can't get a hold of me, I call my girlfriend, I said, if you can't get a hold of me, it's because I've been detained. Because we all have seen people be detained before. Usually not my skin color, usually not my gender, but we've all seen people be detained before. So I called folks in my company, and I said, if you can't get a hold of me, start writing. Start writing. Start saying all the stuff I would have said, because I might not be able to say it anymore. And then I posted on Facebook, and I said, I warned everybody. I said, I'm of sound mind and body. I'm confident that I'm right. I'm not going to harm myself. If I disappear, it's because these guys did it, not because I did it. And don't believe anything that you hear from the government or the mainstream media only believe the people who are representing me. This is where we are in America right now.
Jesus Christ. Jesus Christ. Oh my God.
Mhm.
That is where we are now. And this is what they're trying to do. They're trying to just, if nothing else, intimidate other people from for speaking out. People
Right.
like him that have a platform
Mm-hmm.
that people, know because of apparently his beer is very popular there in Wisconsin. I don't know, maybe in the Midwest.
Oh yeah. They
I've
sell
never
it
heard of it.
all. Yeah. They're great. They do put out, like Kamala, I can't remember all of the different, they have like woke, there's, I
I'll
mean,
have to look for them. What's the name
it's
of it?
brilliant. Minocqua
I'll have
Brewing
to look for
Company.
them. I'll
Hmm.
buy a 6-pack just because. But
Yeah. Yeah,
that's
but
just
it's scary. It's scary.
it's so scary. And there was a post that Donald Trump just made last night. And I will you read that? Because this is part of that. He's trying to intimidate anybody that wants to oppose him, which is the majority of the country now.
Hmm.
More than, I mean, like 2 out of 3 people,
Let me see. Hold on.
Americans,
Um,
and the rest of the world.
Let me see where that post is here. You sent it to me via text, is that right?
Hmm.
Okay.
On his garbage site, that True Social.
Um, I don't know if this maybe is it. Okay, yeah. So he says, I had James Comey arrested. That's the kind of power you have when you're president. Remember that, Jimmy Kimmel, and anyone else who thinks it's funny to take shots at me. Not so funny anymore, right? I've got Todd Blanche working very closely with me, very closely, and he gets things done. Always with a straight face, too, which is incredible when you think about it. So consider your warning. And Iran, same thing. No more Mr. Nice Guy. Open up the strait or the gloves come off big time. You've all been warned. Have a great day. Talk about rhetoric. I'm sorry, so much for toning down rhetoric.
Oh my God, I know. Don't you think you should tone things down, Mr. Raskin
Yeah,
or Mr. Akeem Jeffries, Leader
yeah,
Jeffries? I mean, this is, I could just listen to him. I had
yeah.
Comey arrested. This is what you can do when you're president.
See, talk about weaponizing the DOJ. And see, this is the thing that people need to understand. The reason that he was accusing Joe Biden of weaponizing the DOJ against him was so that when he was back in this position, he could do it and there would be some sort of, cover.
Justification saying,
Yes.
you know what, he was just
Joe
doing
Biden
what
did
Joe
it.
Biden did.
Don't you
Yeah.
remember Joe Biden did it? Yeah, no,
Mm-hmm.
Joe Biden didn't do it.
Mm-mm.
There's a bunch of dumbasses that didn't understand at that
Eh,
point that Donald Trump was a fucking liar, okay, and a psychopath and an insurrectionist. And then they went out and they voted for him again, and they believed the shit that he was saying about Joe Biden weaponizing the DOJ. He did no such thing, people.
I I still hear, like, I heard Joe Rogan say this and Stephen A. Smith say this. Well, the Biden administration weaponized the DOJ against Donald Trump. They
That's
treated him
right.
so unfairly. No, he incited an insurrection against his country. He should be in
It's called
prison. It,
accountability. It's
he
called
it
due
is accountability.
process.
He stole classified documents. They asked him number of times to return them, and he wouldn't. He refused to return them, and as a matter of fact, he used them for his own benefit, for his own businesses.
Right.
They found out,
Yep.
and some of them were nuclear secrets, and he was just passing them along,
They're
or
just open, or like in bathrooms
all
and the
over the bathroom,
ballroom
spilling out of
stage.
the closet. I
Yeah.
mean, just
And again,
incredible.
and the media does, they just go and roll with it. Like,
I know.
because then you
Well,
see,
they say
Anita,
this,
it's the same thing with Joe Biden had these
and
like whatever classified documents
that he
that,
returned immediately.
that he
By the
returned
way,
immediately and they were locked up.
yeah, and it was from when he was a senator, anyway.
Exactly.
So, I mean,
But this is how this happens. And all of these people just fall for it, because they're that gullible. They're that stupid. And they listen to knuckle dragging morons like Joe fucking Rogan.
But Stephen A. Smith, who pretends, oh, he wants to run for president as a Democrat. I don't know if you've heard that.
No.
Stephen.
Yeah, bye. Yeah.
I'm sorry, but I don't know who's going to vote for Stephen A. Smith.
Nobody.
But he thinks he could, these people, they get these kind of, even Don Lemon was hinting that he was going to run for president. I mean, everybody thinks they can be president now because of Donald Trump.
Yeah.
And Don Lemon would be a better president, of course. He would be much better. Stephen A. Smith might be.
No.
Well, he would be anything. I could open up the phone book if we had phone books still, let's just say. And I could just randomly point to somebody and they would be a better president.
Well,
than Donald Trump.
I don't know about that, but
no, I'm telling you. Are you kidding? Well, let me just say this, okay? What he has, the kind of psychopathy he has, like this frontal temporal dementia that he has, and combined with malignant narcissism, is and now he's president. I mean, that is so rare to have that combination.
Yes.
Of malignant narcissism and this kind of dementia.
And yet we've got it. Yay.
And we've got it. We won the lottery.
Oh, wow. How lucky we are. All right. So I'm going to, we're going to play this. This is Brendan Carr.
I agree with Senator Cruz, Chairman Cruz.
Buffering.
That the FCC should not operate as a speech police. What we have to do is we have these rules and regulations, these policies on our books, and we have to apply them. And this.
Oh, this is such a bunch of bull. This kind of these rules.
I mean, we have to do it. We have no choice.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, that's so funny because you know what? If that were true, then Fox News would have been shut down a long time ago.
Yeah.
Because they are not detrimental to the country. They are.
Oh, and apparently, get it. That Minocqua, the gentleman at Minocqua, apparently Fox News reached out to him because they'd like to talk to him about the incident.
He's not going on Fox News, is he?
Of course he's not.
No. Oh, by the way, Gavin Newsom's law suit against Fox News is moving forward because the judge said, it looks like there's enough evidence here to say that they were lying about. So you remember he said that, what was it? They said Donald Trump had said he didn't talk to him on the phone. It was something like that. It was about a phone call with Donald Trump, and Donald Trump said it hadn't happened, and it turns out it did, and they had kind of misled everybody on Fox News that this didn't, happen. And so he sued Fox News because people should, what this is what Hillary Clinton should do. This is what a lot of these, people that Fox News lies about constantly should do. Yeah. Good for Gavin Newsom.
Yes.
We should put them out of business.
Sue them. Absolutely sue them.
Yeah.
So anyway, well, listen, we've got an important date in about a half hour here.
We do.
So we're going to wrap it up.
We have a date with Sean.
Yeah, but Anita, thank you. Let me just say this because we say this all the time. Sometimes like you are having a low day and I try and cheer you up and,
I know.
give you some positive, words and vibes, whatever. And you did that for me today. So thank you.
Oh, well, I'm glad that makes me feel good because I know how I've been there. I know
it's scary. Hard. It's just scary. And sometimes it feels like it's a lot, but yeah, I mean, you're right. I mean, we're going to get through this, but we are going to have to pull together.
That's right.
And I just hope enough people are waking up and understand the assignment and just how dire this potentially could be if we don't do what we need to do in November.
Yes, so, pass it on. Just keep talking.
Keep talking. And to everybody who is celebrating May 1st and participating in the general strike, good for you. Power to the people.
We're not getting paid today. We have decided not to take a paycheck from Sean and Jody.
We're not getting paid. So I'm going to go ahead and play this Iran drop.
Oh, let me just say this real quick. I know we have to go, but this is about the so-called rescue. And this is the story that Iran is telling. And I thought it was interesting. So I want everybody to watch it and see, because honestly, we cannot trust what this government is telling us.
No, we cannot. Oh my gosh. I just noticed something. My grandkids were over and they saw the picture of Donald Trump as the voodoo doll. Oh, shoot. I shouldn't say that. That might be as a death threat. something.
Oh no, the FBI is going to show up at your door to talk to your grandkids.
Oh no. So no. So they saw the picture and they turned it around because they can't stand him.
Well, good for them.
Yep,
They have good taste.
Exactly. All right. So everybody have a great day. Stay in the
Have a great
fight.
day.
Have a great weekend. We'll see you
Talk
guys
to
back
you
here
Monday.
on Monday. Yes.
Bye.
Bye.
Maps on the wall, 0 hour set. Thought the sky was open, guess mistaken. C-130 low on a desert line. Old dirt runway, target in sight. First one landed, wheels hit wrong. Second came loaded, didn't last long. Vehicles packed, special teams inside. Then the whole plan flipped in one night. Trap got closed when the fire came near. Confidence gone, replaced by fear. You came in silent, left in smoke. Strong words broken, power broke. Mission turned fast when pressure arrived. Came for control, ran to survive. You called it rescue, looked like retreat. Dust on your boots, fire in the heat. When pride goes blind and reads wrong signs, even big empires fall sometimes. Black Hawks entered the burning zone. Ground was hot, nowhere felt home. Orders chased them straight to save. Pulled them out now, move them away. More planes rushed and under stress. Dropped their gear in the wilderness. IDs left in the dirt that night. Proof of panic under firelight. Jets made circles, flames below. Burned their own tools before they go. You came in silent, left in smoke. Strong words broken, power broke. Mission turned fast when pressure arrived. Came for control, ran to survive. You called it rescue, looked like retreat. Dust on your boots, fire in the heat. When pride goes blind and reads wrong signs, even big empires fall sometimes. Plans look perfect inside a room. Reality waits outside in gloom. You can rename it, spin the scene, but failure stays where you have been.
Okay. Have a great day, everybody.
Bye again.